Why are we 5 minutes early? What is even going on? What is even going on 5 minutes early? This doesn't make any sense. Good morning. I'm just keeping everybody on their toes today. Good morning. Why are we so early today? What is even going on? Good morning, Bud. Good morning, Mark. Good morning. I know, Pacers, so early today. I don't know why. Let's just do it, right? What else am I doing with my life? You know what I mean? Good morning, Free. I beat Bill. Mark. Pacers. Good morning, Free. I'm 5 minutes early. I didn't mean to be, but, I push buttons and things happen. I just had to see what was going on. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. I did. I pushed buttons. I was like, let's see what's going on. Let's just do it. Good morning. Good morning, Pacers. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, friends. It's going to be a good Monday. I have no idea what we're doing today. Good morning, Sue. Good morning, Herbie. Sorry about that, guys. Super early. I know you're all looking at your phone like, what the hell? This doesn't make any sense. Good morning, Sue. I got to see Sue come in, though. I usually don't get to see Sue pop in until everyone's like, oh, hey, Sue. And I'm like, oh, Sue here? Good morning, Sue. Good morning. Morning, Conan. Morning. Nerd Nature. Morning, Nerd. Good morning, my friends. We're just saying good morning. It's so 5 minutes early. Just good morning. Good morning. Sorry about the, I hope no one's freaking, why is it starting 5 minutes early? Who cares? 5 more minutes of hanging out with friends, I guess, huh? Good morning. Hey, there's Bill. Bill, we've been waiting for you, my friend. Bill. Happy birthday. No, that was last week. Happy birthday to last week. Good morning. Barabel. Good morning, Mike. I have no idea what we're doing today. Good morning. Good morning, Puff. Good morning, Puff the Magic Dragon. Good morning, JW. Good morning, Niffer. Good morning, Mark Zamaron. Good morning. Distillate guy? Distillate? Drinking stuff? Taking coffee? Sorry, Bill. Bill says we got a couple minutes. Bill's waiting for the coffee to start. I'm just chilling out, waiting for people to show up. Good morning. No idea what we're doing today. Good morning. Sue Littlemeyer says my phone or the app is doing weird things. Sorry about that, Sue. It's because I started off so early. That's what it is. It's my fault. I started 5 minutes early. Good morning, CCS. Good morning. Doing what we do, Sue. Absolutely. I have no idea. I thought about I thought maybe we were gonna do Blink 182 songs, and then I was like, maybe not. and then I had if you do not want to see me again, I would understand. Like that song, I had that running through my head. I was like, do we want to just go back to the 90s? Good morning, Joe. Good morning. Good morning, friends. Trippy Hippie, good morning to Trippy Hippie. CCS says smash the likes. You don't have to. You don't have to. We started off. Good morning, Lord of Line. Ah, there we go. There we go. Now we got the real Niners coming in. There's Laura. Now everyone's like, nah, this show doesn't start till 9. I'm not clicking in till 9. Good. Good. Good morning, Laura. Good morning. Let's take another clean off the another drag off the alternator here, and then we'll just get into it. We'll just get into it. I have no idea what we're doing today. No idea. We're just hanging out. God, we're just hanging out. I thought about like maybe doing like a question and answer. So let's dibble dabble. So it's 3 of them. Dibble dabble do. Dibble. Good morning to the exception. Good morning, Trippy Hippie. Trippy says, when's the next fest? I have no idea. I have no idea, Trippy. I really don't want to share my bedroom again. How about that? There we go. All right. Oh my God. I'm glad we're here, guys. I'm glad we're here. Oh boy. So I've been thinking about it, and turns out you guys are pretty awesome. It's Derek here. Is Derek Anderson here? Is Derek Anderson here? Yeah, it's D. Anderson here. Good morning, Cleany. Good morning, Cleany. Is Derek Anderson here? Where's Derek at? Good morning. Do you guys still work on giant Legos? Those were sick. 10-year-old me. Jerome, I haven't had I have the Breaking Bad RV from Kim that sent me the Breaking. Hold on, let me show you the Breaking Bad RV Lego, but I haven't put it. I don't want to really like put it together. This thing is awesome. So when it comes to like other Lego sets, though, not yet, not for a minute. The last set that I got was the last big set I got was from. Oh, I don't remember his name. I don't remember. Started with a B, and it was like the Taj Mahal. It was like the Taj Mahal. I didn't even know about that. Jerome, it's Jerome, it's not actual Lego. That's from that RV is like a different other. It's like it's a one, and you know what I'm saying. Like it's like Temu Lego, or Wish. Good morning, Waz. Good morning, Waz. Is Derek Anderson here yet? I just want to know if that Yeo is here yet. Good morning. Good morning, Jesus Christ in Australia. CCS, I can't read half of what you say sometimes. You have a potty mouth, CCS. Okay? Of all the people here that I gotta worry about, I used to think it was Jesus Christ in Australia. Now it's CCS in a van down by the river. Okay? So, congrats. Congrats on taking up that spot, CCS. Good morning, friends. Good morning. Let's just Derek Anderson's been missing for the last 4 or 5 days. No, he's you know what Derek Anderson's doing? I think he's hanging out in California right now. I think he's hanging out with his family right now, and I think he's being a good kid. I don't know. He's okay. He's doing fine. He's off seeing family right now, so that's why he's not here. He's doing all right. He's doing all right. Don't worry. If anything was going on with there, I don't know. I mean, as all right as you can be while you're seeing family, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, Right? Exactly, Waz. Waz says if he's in California, he's acting. Right? Like a good kid. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what acting like a good kid is at all. So Waz. I was going to do cards. I don't want to do cards. Let's just hang out. Let's just do question and answer. Right on? Right? And then there was one. To rule them all, Herbie says. Herbie's like, you mean I'm the only moderator? Yeah, go crazy. Go crazy. Hit that 300-minute mark. I don't care. Do it. Sue Littlemeyer, watch yourself. Okay? With your potty mouth. Alright? Herbie's on the roll. Herbie's on patrol. Okay? The Waz. Check it. Okay? You want to know why Free doesn't talk very often? Because Herbie's throwing wrenches at him all the time. Okay? Free with that potty mouth of his. Okay? Sue Littlemeyer, what did I do? Exactly, what did you do? Well, I don't know. It's between you and Herbie, I guess. I don't know. He says you're on a list of some sort. What do you want me? What do you want from me? I got nothing. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, friends. Good morning, JW. Good morning, Rick. Aussie Rick. Hey, Aussie. Good morning. Sue Littlemeyer, you didn't do anything. Hopefully you're not taking this seriously at all. Like, I don't think you know what you did do? You were happy. And some of us, we don't like happy. I don't know. I think you're fine. I think you're fine. I think you were like, me? And then we were like, you know what? Yeah, you. I don't know, Sue. Quit looking so like Sue over there. Sue Littlemeyer is right somewhere. Wherever the scroll is. There you go. I don't know what you did. Good morning, friends. It's a Monday. It's a Monday. I was thinking about this, and I was wondering, and I need you guys. I think we need to have a little conversation, a little talk, a little confab about the show and where we're going from here, and so on and so on. I might be a little. I don't know. I like learning. I like knowing stuff. I also kind of like bucking trends a little bit, you know? I kind of like being a little dangerous. I kind of like getting people into knowing stuff they weren't ready to know. So, remember, good morning, Kim. Right, Hager goes, not you. Yeah. Not you. Yeah, that's me. What is it you're drinking, Mike Barabel says? It's a C4 grape popsicle. And it tastes just like a grape popsicle. Like if I don't know when the last time you had a popsicle was. Also, did you know that popsicle is a brand name? Like, why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't popsicle be, like, if you stuck a stick if you stuck a popsicle stick into an ice cube, froze that, and then served it to people, you would then be easily pressed into calling that a popsicle. How did they start calling it a popsicle? And yet, we look at that and go, I mean, that's a popsicle. You know what I mean? Like, how do you start calling something cheese? They looked at a curd of spoiled milk and they were like, I wonder what that tastes like. And they ate it and they were like, oh yeah, cheese. Right? Popsicle. They even have like a picture of it right there on the front there. How do you take a frozen ice cube on a stick and you're like, you know what I'm going to call that? I'm going to call that a popsicle. And now, all of us, as a humanity, we look at that and we're like, oh yeah, you're making popsicles. We didn't know that that was called a popsicle. You know? A tissue for your nose. If you've ever gone out specifically to buy tissues for your nose, do you know how difficult it is to buy tissues for your nose? But if you ask about Kleenex, holy crap, we got Kleenex up the yin-yang. What do you need? You need Kleenex? Give me Kleenex. I need tissue for my nose. Well, I don't know what that means. That doesn't make any sense. Wait, they sell that? Yeah, it's called tissue for your nose. That doesn't make any sense. And yet, a napkin is never called a Kleenex. And yet, you can use, this is a napkin, you can use a Kleenex for the same purposes as a napkin. But you've never gone to Taco Bell and said, can I get a couple extra Kleenexes, please? You know what I mean? They don't have, like, on the menu order, you can order fire sauce, you can order mild sauce, and you can order Diablo sauce. You can't order hot sauce, though. They've got mild, fire, and hot, and Diablo. Like, if you go into the Taco Bell, they'll have, like, the little thing where you can go grab, like, a spoon or a fork or whatever, and then they got the sauces. And on the menu, what you can order, you order through, like, the digital menus. It's the dumbest thing in the world. It's fine. But, like, if you go in, and it's ass paper for your potty mouth. Thank you, Joe. But you can get the hot sauce. It's got mild, hot, and fire and Diablo, okay? But you can't order the hot sauce. I didn't know that. I didn't know how chic hot sauce was. That you have to go into, I don't know. Kim goes, knees are just elbows for the legs. No, it's the other way. I don't know. Sue Littlemeyer says, I call TP shit tickets. I can say the S word. I think we've all determined that I think we can all say that the S word is a bit more, okay. Thank you, Sue Littlemeyer, for shit tickets. I just said that out loud again. Alright, thank you, Sue. Everybody, congratulate Sue for putting that into our lives. My New Year's resolution. What's my New Year's resolution? It's to say no more. KNOW. This is a kind of a big, Joe says, I have 3 knees. I have a left knee, a right knee, and a... You know what, Joe? I'm not allowed to tell... You're not... Can we block Joe? Can we block Joe? He's not allowed to be funny anymore. Okay, Joe? You're not allowed to be funny anymore, okay, Joe? Just... Alright, I was gonna watch a reel about how, dad jokes and, like, surviving... Let's just... That's not even... Only I am allowed to be funny, Joe, okay? Joe D's. Block for 300 minutes is what I call. Alright? Good morning, Rodman, by the way. Good morning. So my resolution for the year... That grape popsicle is really kicking in. My resolution for the year is to say no more. And for over a year, we read a book about philosophy. We read about different sets of philosophical techniques and tenets and perceptions and perspectives and so on, so on, so on, so on. Turns out we're just monkeys throwing stuff at each other. That's all I can say. Kevin says C4 ain't no joke. It's not. It's they feed it to wrestlers for a reason. All right, they feed it to wrestlers for a reason. So we read the philosophy book for over a year. And I'd like to think that, like, maybe we're a little bit smarter. Maybe some of us have held on to a little bit of what we read, a little bit of what we learned. But none of us can hardly call ourselves philosophers afterwards, can we? Hardly any of us can be like, you know what? Plato ain't got shit on me. Whatever, okay? I bet Plato's got stuff on you, okay? I bet Socrates ain't got shit on me. Alright, no. Alright, first off, we gotta stop saying the S word, okay? If we're calling it the S word, we're done saying it. Okay, I don't know. What the hell? I'm just making stuff up as we go. I'm really trying to work my way into this point. Let's just be honest, the world is what it is. And I think the stuff that we see in front of us is based on history and knowledge that some of us just aren't familiar with, and therefore we're a little uncomfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? Exception goes, the world is a vampire. Set to drain, secret destroyer, holds you up to the flame, yeah. Wow, let's play, baby. No, we're not gonna do Smashing Pumpkins, right? Alright? But the world is what it is, and I think some of us are a little afraid of it because we just don't know. We just don't know. I like that song a lot, by the way. Exception. That's a great album. The Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. Yeah, Linda Ronstadt, Mark Zamron says. Sue Littlemeyer says Dreamin' by Blondie. We'll get to it, Sue. Alright, I rode you a little bit there. Secret Destroyer. Alright. But I think we're a little uncomfortable with some of the things, some of the aspects, because we're just not familiar with it. Because we've taken it upon ourselves to hear words and go, ah! No! Words, you know? where it's like politics. Oh God, no. You know? Like, we hear the P word and we're immediately thinking there's a left one, there's a right one, and then there's a middle one. Am I right, Joe? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a left side, there's a right side, and then there's a dad joke in the middle somewhere around there. And I think it would be a good thing for us. I think Derek, he's not here. He can't tell me what his intentions really were. Alright, he's in California right now, and ha 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 ha. So he can't say that this is or isn't what he intended, okay? So, last year, Derek Anderson sent me the philosophy book and the politics book, okay? We've read a couple of sections out of this book. We've read Confucius, we've read about utilitarianism, and we've read about Martin Luther King Jr. Okay, so we've read some. I know there's Gandhi. There's still some Gandhi. We might have even read some Gandhi out of this too at one point. But because of the word, because of that P word, that politics, that politics, you know what I mean? Like, we hear that word and we're like, I got nothing. I don't want anything to do with that. Kleenex. You hear Kleenex and you're like, oh yeah, nose tissue. But you hear nose tissue and you're like, that doesn't make any sense. I kind of want to figure out what the hell nose tissue means sometimes. You know what I mean? So I think, and I don't know if this is going to work out or not, but I think it would behoove upon us. It would behoove upon. It would behoove us. Is that the word? Is that the word? I think it would behoove us to learn what nose tissue means. If we're gonna give a shit about what the word Kleenex means. Well, that's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I'm saying. It doesn't befund me any. Behoove. So I think we'll start off at the very beginning, in a minute or two. Not now. Jody says, do you remember what nose candy was? I think I nose tissue. I saw a 1980s like PSA. Was it a PSA? No, it was Punky Brewster. It was a clip from the show Punky Brewster. And it was a gang of girls that were trying to get Punky to do drugs. And they're like, come on, man. Just do a little cocaine, a little nose candy. They called it nose candy. The kids trying to get other kids to do drugs and call it nose candy. What? Punky Brewster had an episode. She has a couple episodes from what here. Anyhow, we'll get into that. I think we'll start from the very beginning. And I kind of want to know what the hell the word, what nose tissue means. So that's all this is. We're going to get into the politics book. And maybe this is just me not having any other books to read. Maybe once I get, like, you know, the sewing circle book, we'll take politics off and we'll set it off to the side and we'll learn something and we'll get into the sewing circle book, you know, or whatever other book might be. But I think because of the resolution. I think because I want to know, I want to say the word no more. K-N-O-W. I think it's alright. Especially if, like, I don't know if this book leans in any kind of way. I don't. I haven't read anything ahead. I haven't read any other than, like, this couple sections here. I like to think that, like, in an educational sense, maybe because I'm gonna heckle it anyways, and we're gonna get lost, and I'm gonna be like, this doesn't fucking make any sense. You know, like, I said the F word there. It happened. You know, and then maybe we'll get past. Maybe it won't be, you know, political. You know, maybe we can just be like, I still don't know what the hell. You know, at the end of it all. I spent 10 minutes just like walking my way into reading a book to you guys. This is ridiculous. I should have just read the book. Alright, guys. Alright, let's clean the alternator like one more time. Let's just get into it. Let's just get into it, folks. Let's just do it. I love you guys. Thanks for being here every Monday. Thanks for hanging out with yourselves and each other, and here we go, okay? So let's, as Jesus Christ would say, cough it out a little bit. In Australia, okay? Buildy says, let's read the Hitchhiker's Guide. 10 seconds. It's 10 seconds. And then that little section of the alternator, right up top there. It's a very clogged. I also just realized what the hell the alternator was and the alternator charges the batteries. So we're just charging our batteries here. Like, I don't know what your alternator looks like, okay? But I know that... Take another... Here we go. I can't even... Oh, my... Oh my god, okay. Yeah, I think we're ready. Alright. Let's just do it. Alright. Love you guys. Let's just do this. Let's just get into the book. Alright? Oh, man. Whew. Okay. By the way... Whew. Oh. Whew. Okay. Do you want me to read, like, the intro of the book? What do you guys want? Do you want me to... I can read, like, the intro? Or I can read, like, the sectional intros? I kind of want to read, like, the sectional... I don't know. Whoo! Sue, I felt it for sure. What if I read like the sectional intros and then we got into like um and then we can like get into like, you know what I mean? Like, how about that? The sexy intros. All right, Kim. I that sold it for me. Sexy intro for ancient political thought. All right, we're gonna do a sexy intro, and then we'll get into one or two little bit tidbits here, and we'll get out of here. All right. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Let's just dive in. Okay, we're gonna be Derek Anderson. That was really loud. Sorry, Exception and anybody else. Wait a second. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Is there a birthday going on? Is there a birthday? What's going on? Is there a birthday? Is there a birthday going on? Sue Littlemeyer, is it your birthday? Has it been your birthday for the last, what are we at, 36 minutes now, and I haven't known, I haven't sang a song yet? Is it really, I haven't, like, it's probably for a good reason, though. It's probably for a good reason, Sue. You probably don't want to. It's been your birthday for 8.5 hours, is what she's saying. And I still haven't sang a song. I felt that. I know what you're saying there. Oh, no, I get it. I know what I'm singing, Sue. I know exactly. Hold on. I don't know the song, though. I know that there is a song to sing, and so, is it the Fab Five Freddy one? The Fab Five Freddy with the Dreaming by Blondie. Hold on. Dreaming, a song by Blondie. Happy birthday, Sue Littlemeyer. Sue, when I met you in the restaurant, you could tell I was no debutante. You asked me what's my pleasure, a movie or a measure. I'll have a cup of tea and tell you of my dreaming. Dreaming is free, dreaming. Dreaming is free. I don't want to live on charity. Pleasure's real. Or is it fantasy? Reel to reel is living rarity. Please stop and stare at me. We just walk on by. We just keep on dreaming. Beat feet walking the 2 mile. Meet me at the turnstile. I never met him. I'll never forget him. Dream, even for a little while. Dream, filling up an eye at the hour. Fade away, woo, radiate. I sit by and watch the river flow. I sit by and watch the traffic go. Imagine something of your very own. Something you can have and hold. I'd build a road and go just to have some. Dreaming is free. 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 Love you, Sue. Happy birthday, Sue. Alright. We're getting into the politics book. Oh, God, the politics book. Oh, no. Yeah, we're getting into it. We're doing it. We're going to be good little learners. We're going to learn. If I sense it's leaning left or if it's leaning right or whatever, you know I'm going to heckle the hell out of it, okay? So we're going to learn about politics. So that we can stop calling it Kleenex if we're looking for nose tissue, is all I'm saying, alright? We're going to learn what nose tissue is before we can ever start blaming Kleenex for not keeping our nose clean. Alright. Start off with ancient political thought. And the sexy intro for ancient political thought starts asunder as such. A political theory can trace its beginnings back to the civilizations of ancient China and Greece. In both places, thinkers emerged who questioned and analyzed the world around them in a way we now call philosophy. See, it all comes around in a circle. From around 600... See, we spent a long time reading that damn book. I think it's about time we started a long time reading this damn book, okay? I think we started around 600 BCE. Some of them turned their attention to the way that we organize societies. Like us. At first, both in China and Greece, these questions were considered part of moral philosophy, or ethics. Philosophers examined how society should be structured to ensure not only the happiness and security of the people, but to enable people to live a good life. From around 770 BCE, China experienced a time of prosperity known as the Spring and Autumn period. Various dynasties ruled over the separate states relatively peaceably. Scholarship was highly valued in this period, resulting in the so-called 100 schools of thought. By far the most influential of the philosophers to emerge was Confucius, who combined moral and political philosophy in his proposals for upholding traditional Chinese moral values in a state led by a virtuous ruler and advised by a class of administrators. This idea was further refined by Mozi and Mencius to prevent corruption and despotic rule. But, as conflict between the states increased in the 3rd century BCE, the Spring and Autumn period came to a close, replaced by the Warring States period and the struggle for control of a unified Chinese empire. It was in this atmosphere that thinkers such as Han Feizu and the legalist school advocated discipline as the guiding principle of the state. And the military leader, Sun Tzu, applied the tactics of warfare to ideas of foreign policy and domestic government. These more authoritarian political philosophies brought stability to the new empire, which later reverted to a form of Confucianism. At much the same time as these developments in China, Greek civilization was flourishing. Like China, Greece was not a single nation, but a collection of separate city-states under various systems of government. Most were ruled by a monarch or an aristocracy, but Athens had established a form of democracy under a constitution introduced by the statesman Solon, Solon, in 594 BCE. The city, Athens, became the cultural center of Greece and provided an intellectual space in which philosophers could speculate on what constituted the ideal state, what its purpose was gross, and how it should be governed. Here, Plato advocated rule by an elite of Oh man, I'm burping. Sorry. Advocated rule by an elite of philosopher kings, while his pupil Aristotle compared the various possible forms of government. And their theories would form the basis for Western political philosophy. They're the first Alexander Hamilton and Thomas Jefferson, basically, if you will. And we'll figure out what the hell that meant probably later on. All right. After Aristotle, the golden age of classical Greek philosophy drew to a close, as Alexander the Great embarked on a series of campaigns to extend his empire from Macedon into northern Africa and across Asia as far as the Himalayas. But in India, he met with resistance from an organized opposition. The Indian subcontinent was composed of various separate states, but the emergence of an innovative political theorist, Chanakya, helped to transform it into a unified empire under the rule of his protege, Chandragupta Maurya. Chanakya believed in a pragmatic approach to political thinking, advocating strict discipline with the aim of securing economic and material security for the state, rather than the moral welfare of the people. His realism helped to protect the Mauryan Empire from attack, and brought most of India into a unified state that lasted for more than 100 years. 100 years is a long time when it comes to political realisms, so it's long. Meanwhile, another power was rising in Europe. The Roman Republic had been founded in about 510 BCE with the overthrow of a tyrannical monarchy. BCE, remember, is before the Common Era. A form of representative democracy similar to the Athenian model was established in Rome. A constitution evolved with government led by 2 consuls elected by the citizens annually, and a Senate of representatives to advise them. Look familiar? Huh? Yeah. Under this system, the Republic grew in strength, occupying provinces in most of mainland Europe. However, in the 1st century BCE, civil conflict spread in the Republic as various factions vied for power. Julius Caesar seized control in 48 BCE and effectively became emperor, bringing the Republic to an end. Rome had once again come under a monarchical dynastic rule, and the new Roman Empire was to dominate most of Europe for the next 500 years. Section 1, Part 1. If your desire is for good, the people will be good. Confucius. Here we go, folks. Let's take a swig of the C4 here. Let's dive in. Let's open that. Hold on, we'll leave that there. I'm going to take a swig of this and see what Confucius has to say about being a good person. Before we begin, I have to give you a little context for Confucius and writing and such. Okay? Confucius isn't just the silly little Confucius say. Possibly racist kind of jokes, racial trope when it comes to however those jokes are told. But if we think about it, Confucius was writing to and for the aristocracy of the Chinese Empire. He wasn't writing to and for you, or me, or your neighbor. Mostly because we didn't know how to read and write back then. We knew how to talk. We talked, we knew how to vote, kind of, we knew how to be ruled, but we didn't know, we had our own community, probably, had our own little, numbers we could pass to each other and such, but when it came to, putting stuff on paper and then reading that, if you were a peasant and you were able to read, well, you were put to death. Now you knew what the hell was going on. So Confucius believed that the rulers, the leaders, the godheads were the only ones that he could really reach. And so when he's teaching and preaching, he's teaching and preaching to the rulers, and he doesn't care a shit about you. You know what I mean? You are supposed to follow the example of the ruler. Right? So, he's saying, Confucius doesn't care what you have to say. Kongfuzi, Master Kong, who later became known in the West by the Latinized name of Confucius, lived during a turning point in China's political history. He lived at the end of China's spring and autumn period, around 300 years of prosperity and stability, during which there was a flowering of art, literature, and, in particular, philosophy. This gave rise to the so-called 100 schools of thought, in which a wide range of ideas was freely discussed. In the process, a new class of thinkers and scholars emerged, most of them based in the courts of noble families as valued advisors. If you were poor, good luck knowing anything. The influence of these scholars' new ideas inspired a shake-up of the structure of Chinese society. The scholars were appointed on merit rather than due to family connections. What? And this new meritocratic, oh my god, meritocratic class, I said it right, of scholars was a challenge to the hereditary rulers, who had previously governed with what they believed was a mandate from heaven. This caused a series of conflicts as various rulers vied for control over China. During this era, which became known as the Warring States period, it became increasingly clear that a strong system of government was necessary. Like most educated middle-class young men, Confucius, Kongfuzi, pursued a career as an administrator. And it was in this role that he developed his ideas about the organization of government. Seeing firsthand the relationships between the ruler and his ministers and subjects, and keenly aware of the fragility of the political situation of the time, he set about formulating a framework that would enable rulers to govern justly, based on his own system of moral philosophy. Confucius's moral standpoint was firmly rooted in Chinese convention, and had at its heart the traditional virtues of loyalty, duty, and respect. These values were personified in the junzi, the gentleman or superior man, whose virtue would act as an example to others. Be the lighthouse. Every member of society would be encouraged to aspire to the junzi's virtues. In Confucius's view, human nature is not perfect, but it is capable of being changed by the example of sincere virtue. Okay. Similarly, society can be transformed by the example of fair and benevolent government. Okay. The notion of reciprocity, the idea that just and generous treatment will be met with a just and generous response, underpins Confucius's moral philosophy, and it is also a cornerstone of his political thinking. For society to be good, its ruler must be the embodiment of the virtues he wishes to see in his subjects. In turn, the people will be inspired through loyalty and respect to emulate those virtues. In the collection of his teachings and sayings known as the Analects, Confucius advises, if your desire is for good, the people will be good. The moral character of the ruler is the wind. The moral character of those beneath him is the grass. When the wind blows, the grass bends. In order for this idea to work effectively, however, a new structure for society had to be established, creating a hierarchy that took account of the new meritocratic administrative class while respecting the traditional rule of the noble families. So it's like a blending of a Chinese caste system with, but you can test your way into like being an advisor at least. Okay. In his proposal for how this might be achieved, Confucius again relied very much on traditional values, modeling society on relationships within the family. For Confucius, the benevolence of the sovereign and the loyalty of his subject mirror the loving father and obedient son relationship, a relationship considered by the Chinese to be of the utmost importance. Okay? Father-son relationship, paternal. Confucius considers that there are 5 constant relationships: sovereign-subject, father-son, husband-wife, elder brother, younger brother, and friend. Okay, those are the 5. In these relationships, he emphasizes not only the rank of each person according to generation, age, and gender, but the fact that there are duties on both sides, and the responsibility of the superior to the inferior in any relationship is just as important as that of the junior to the senior. I scratch your back, you scratch mine, obviously. Extending these relationships to the wider society, their reciprocal rights and responsibilities give society its cohesion, creating an atmosphere of loyalty and respect from each social stratum toward the next. You guys know how to respect each other, so why can't you? So you should be able to respect the ruler. Blah, blah, okay. All right, Confucius. At the top of Confucius's hierarchy was the sovereign, who would unquestionably have inherited this status. We didn't vote for this guy. And in this respect, Confucius shows the conservative nature of his political thinking. Just as the family provided a model for the relationships within society, the traditional respect shown to parents, especially fathers, extended also to ancestors, and this justified the hereditary principle. Okay. Just as a father was considered the head of the family, the state should naturally be ruled over by a paterfamilias figure, the sovereign. Okay. Nevertheless, the sovereign's position was not unassailable in Confucius's thinking, and an unjust or unwise ruler deserved to be opposed or even removed. However, it was in the next layer of society that Confucius was at his most innovative, advocating a class of scholars to act as ministers, advisors, and administrators to the ruler. Their position between the sovereign and his subjects was crucial, since they had a duty of loyalty both to the ruler and to the people. They carried a high degree of responsibility, so it was essential that they be recruited from the most able and educated candidates, and that anybody serving in public office should be of the highest moral character. A junzi, a gentleman. These ministers were to be appointed by the sovereign in Confucius' system, so much depended upon the sovereign's own good character. Confucius said, the administration of government lies in getting proper men. Such men are to be gotten by means of the ruler's own character. The character is to be cultivated by his treading in the ways of duty. And the treading of those ways of duty is to be cultivated by the cherishing of benevolence. In other words, don't mess this up, yo. The role of these public servants was mainly advisory, and ministers were not only expected to be well versed in the administration and structure of Chinese society, but also to have a thorough knowledge of history, politics, and diplomacy. This was necessary to advise the ruler on matters of neighboring states and wars and alliances. However, this new class of civil servants also served as equally important of a function in preventing the ruler from becoming despotic, because they showed loyalty to their superior, but also benevolence to the inferior. Like their ruler, they had to lead by example, inspiring both the sovereign and his subjects by their virtue. I think we can cut it off there. I think the end of it was, the superior man governs men according to their nature, with what is proper to them, and as soon as they change what is wrong, he stops. Confucius. So in the beginning, we're still trying to change, we're still trying to figure out who the hell's leading us. Who's the best leader? Not how to be led, but how are you the best leader? We're trying to figure that out in the beginning. We got Confucius. Lead by example. Okay. Alright. So we're getting into it. That's the beginning. Ancient thinking. No, not you, Jesus Christ in Australia. Anyhow, let's get out of here. Love you guys. We started the day early. I don't want to take too much more time. Let's get out of here. Let's go home. I want you guys scroll me out. Scroll me out of here. Moderators and anybody else, this isn't about, like, advocating or whatever. Like, if you feel compelled to be political while we're learning about politics, you're an idiot. You're getting in the way, okay? If you feel compelled to be political while we're learning about politics, you're not learning. And I hope that anything that we learn here gets into your brain and you're like, oh yeah, you're right, I'm being a fucking moron. Yeah, okay? In any way, if you feel political in any way while we're learning about politics, if you want to be an example, get after it. I don't care. So I'm just letting you guys know that's where I'm at. I'm not trying to be political while we're learning about politics, alright? So we're just trying to figure out where the hell we were and how we got here, okay? I feel like we can do that. I feel like the resolution of saying the word no more this year kind of gives us the ability to do that. So if you feel compelled to be political while we're learning about politics, you're just getting in the way. Because we're learning. Alright, so I love you guys. That's as much of a disclaimer as I'm gonna give. Okay? Love you guys. So scroll out, take a drink here, we'll play with the little Tom and Jerry, and we'll hug it, and we'll end a good Monday. Alright? No, I know exception, absolutely. We can judge a little. I mean, I might have mispronounced a couple of those words, and I really need to work on my enunciation at times. So we can judge a touch. So okay, let's start with Bill D. Bill D, I got you. Much love, much fam, emotes. Love you, Bill D. Thank you. We were all here before you, Bill. Ha ha. Bill, drove in, pulled into the driveway. He's like, why are all the lights on? Did I leave the lights on? No, we were just making a mess before you got here, Bill. Love you, man. Johnson, love you all. Have a beautiful day. You too, Johnson. Mark Samurai, starting a cabin. That's good, Mark. Nerd Nature, love you much, fam. Super fun though on the early eve of your day. You too. Herbie Von Werby, have a great day. Brock and T Crew. Herbie says, I just try and keep it off the walls. I completely understand. Johnson, such a good point. Thanks for bringing that up. Anthony T, have a great day, everyone. Niffer Mama with the, I love it. Jody's, Herbie One, good with with all of that. Derek Anderson says we're all okay. Jesus Christ says Whataburger, and then Jesus Christ Jody's, and then with the Bill D with the, and Kimberly Bolden says, was it okay to philosophize during the philosophy book? Yeah. I don't. If you knew what the hell, I don't know. You can be political. I'm just saying you're getting in the way. You're not learning. That's all I'm saying. If you're. No, if my answer to that would probably be no, because you didn't know what the hell you were saying until we learned, and now we all know, and so I guess my answer to that would have to be no, it wasn't, shut up. I'm kidding. Sue Littermeyer, thanks for making my birthday better. Love you all. Love you, Sue. Thanks for being here, friend. Jody's with that's right. It's a big club. Exception says we listen, we don't judge. Again, we kind of judge a little bit. Classic, have a lovely day. Be impeccable. Love you guys. A&B. Love you too, Classic. Michael Patterson, new book, new year. Food for thought. Right? All I'm saying, just say the word. We're going to say no more. Niffer Mama, Derek Anderson, thank you. Stay warm and safe. Thank you. For being here, Mr. California. Bill D, you have a fabulous birthday, Sue. I hope you have a wonderful, awesome day. Exception says, okay, just a little. Just saying, we all do. Deborah Pearl with the emotes. Love you, Deborah Pearl. Marcus Hammeron, peace out. Thanks, Aussie Rick. Absolutely. We'll get more into it, okay? Paige, have a great day. Niffer Mama, have a birthday. Sue, Niffer Mama, love you all. Have a beautiful day. Deborah, from Nerd Nature, Sue Littlemeyer, Joe D's, Jesus Christ, Derek Anderson, Michael Patterson, exception to the rule, Jesus Christ, Bill D, Aussie Rick. Until all next time, Niffer Mama. Good morning, Derek Anderson, Niffer Mama. Good morning, Sue Littlemeyer. Kimberly Bolden, thanks for hosting. Love you. Joe D's, Niffer Mama, The Waz, Aussie Rick. Paige, the wands, Jodie's, Little Mary, Jodie's. There we go. Okay. I feel like we got a little off track last week with the crazy hug, and I feel like we just have to like just get back to it, okay? Like I don't like some of us we can't handle that kind of a ride, okay? I got like I got a doctor's bill from Kim, and I didn't have to pay it, but she goes, this I had to go to a chiropractor after our last hug out last week, and I just need you to know, don't do that again. I'm like, okay, all right. So put your left here. All right, we're gonna do it left here. All right, and then we'll put a right arm here. All right, everyone get ready. We're gonna hug. We're gonna give a hug, get a hug. Okay. Remember, if you give, like the physics of a hug, not the philosophy of a hug, because remember we can't philosophize anymore. Thanks, Kim. Then the physics of a hug, be they metaphysics or physics, I don't know, are that if we give a hug, then we get a hug, and then but I don't have a hug to give. That's why we're giving a. Stop it. All right, left arm, right arm, hold on, and then on the count of 3, we're gonna hug it out. We're gonna squeeze a little bit. We're gonna squeeze as if we don't know how much mayonnaise is left in the jar. That's how much we're gonna squeeze. Maybe not that much. Maybe we're gonna squeeze because we're like, maybe there's like enough. Like we don't want all of the mayonnaise to come out. You know what I mean? Like that much of a squeeze. Okay, so we're gonna give it a good old mayo squeeze. All right. So on the count of 3, we're gonna Hellmann's all over the. Jeez Louise. 1, 2, 3 Hellmann's. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. Oh, right on top of that bread. Oh, look at that. You didn't know you were a salad dressing. Oh man, look at that. Felt good. Yeah. All right. There we go. I'm relishing this one. See, let us. I'm just gonna do food puns about hugging. And I'm done. I love you guys. Let's get out of here. All right. Go home.